Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm just over here earning my master's degree 100% online. Did you know that now 7 out of 20 million higher education students can earn a degree online? We know this from Hope Cantor, who explains it in her paper about the evolution of online learning. However, people often get distance learning and online learning confused. There are many key differences, although they offer very similar outcomes. The delivery of material varies. Online learning occurs in a face-to-face learning environment, meaning the instructor and the students are interacting in person. The primary method of communication happens through discussions in real time. Online learning takes place in this kind of environment. While online learning often occurs in the classroom, Sarah Layton, a writer for Applied Education Systems, explains that this is also possible from home, the library, or elsewhere thanks to cloud-based educational tools. This means that the instructor is taking advantage of a blended learning environment, oftentimes providing instruction online and further adding to this background knowledge in person along with guided teaching. This method of teaching is provided in addition to lectures, projects, and other assignments. Distance learning occurs when the students and the teacher have no face-to-face interaction. Just as the title describes, distance is the primary difference between these forms of learning. Instructors prepare materials for students in advance and post them to an online learning forum, such as LoudCloud Systems at GCU. The professor interacts with students through discussion forums. These learning environments also incorporate collaborative assignments oftentimes, but communication is in written form and likely not occurring in real time. Hope Cantor, in her paper concerning the evolution of online learning, notes that this form of learning has become mainstream and is not as rare as it once was. In fact, again, Cantor explains that 7 out of 20 million higher education students are enrolled in online programs. To provide an example, digital learning in the 20th century came from TV and radio, and this was how many people got their digital information. However, this is transformed into a full-on realm of online education where learners can obtain all kinds of degrees, from a master's to a doctorate and a teaching certification. In order for online education to be as effective as possible, educators have a responsibility to practice strategies to increase engagement. Dr. Margaret Britt explains in the College Student Journal that there must be opportunities for students to interact with their peers with the instructor as well. Without this interaction, a lot of accountability is lost and motivation for learners can be significantly lowered. Dr. Britt also describes the need for educators to rethink traditional pedagogical practices and adapt these to ensure that learning is meaningful and carries across contexts. To provide an example, Dr. Britt illustrates the growth in online learning, stating that online degrees increased over 30% from 2002 to 2012, and that number continues to rise today. As Cantor puts in the evolution of online learning, this method of acquiring knowledge is no longer a trend, but is now mainstream. Educators must adapt with the ever-changing world of technology to ensure learning is engaging, effective, and fun.